Alright, in today's video, I'll show you how you make this folding outdoor chair in less than 1 hour. So sit back and relax and enjoy the video.
Alright, you heard that right. 1 hour. I'm not going to stop and do anything. This is just going to be a narrating through what I'm doing here. What I'm doing is just measuring out the wood, cutting it to lengths. Now, I'll leave the links in the description below of everything I'm doing here. Also, there will be an Instructables that will have step-by-step instructions. I set the table saw up with 1 inch and then just ran it, and I can get 3 pieces out of that, which makes it really nice and easy. I can make a chair pretty fast and use what we got around the shop. Here I'm just organizing it, making sure that everything's good to go, counting them up, make sure. Now I'm going to drill out. There's also specific drill places where you're supposed to put everything, and I'll leave that in the Instructables as well. So here I'm just using a 3/8 drill bit and making it a little oversized for the 1/4 inch rod, but you'll see why down the road. So a drill press, I think, would have made this process go a little bit faster. Alright, here we are with the router table with a 1/4 inch roundover bit, curving all the edges to make it a little bit nicer to sit on. See if I really did this in less than 1 hour. I did a time lapse of the whole process, and I timed it by 16 was on the Windows Movie Maker. Angle grinder and the 1/4 inch rod, and just cut them into about 24-inch pieces. And then I take it over to the belt sander and round over the edges to make it easier to put the nut on. Putting the rod through the holes, and this is where you'll see why the 3/8 makes it just a lot easier to put that thing through. So the first 2 ones go together real easy, but then once you start putting the 2 pieces of chairs together, that's where it gets difficult. And you see me banging it with the hammer, makes it. But we figured it out, and this did take a lot longer than I wanted it to, but we still made it under the 1 hour mark. So the more you do, the better these things will go along. So here I am flipping it to the side to see if that will make it easier, and it didn't, so I had to end up putting it back over there. This placement right here seemed to be the easiest to get around. If you have any other ideas of how to put this thing together better, let me know in the comments down below. Putting the nuts on the threaded rod. You can see the grinder cutting them down to make them a little bit easier and not have to twist as much. So pressure's on now. I'm starting to get nervous. I'm not going to make the 1 hour mark. After all this hard work, I was starting to get really frustrated that it was taking me so long to put these things on there. So alright, time's almost up. We are using the nut driver right there, and that seemed to work really well. So here I am putting it up and just finishing up the nice little finishing touches, getting it all nice together. And then I'm going to get the grinder and carve them all off and do a sit and test on there, and it worked good.